Okay, so what I wanted to do was go through and make a video of how to upload compliance for JDP. So first thing that you would do is open up the Origin program, and then of course you make sure that JDP is selected, and you would click compliance report. Now I've already done this and I began, so what you would do here is just click OK. I'll tell you what, I'll go through it again and just do it real quick. That way I'm showing you how to do it fully. Let me just name my file here. Well, crud. So this file in the top right hand corner here is the one that I'm going to actually use, but I'll show you. Go here, open up Origin. You'd click on compliance report and then select the month that you wanted to do it with, and then click OK. So Origin will go through and actually uh, highlight wells that are out of compliance built in within our program. So as of right now, there's none, but you can see over here, it gave us these two files, and that's where I'm at with this file right here. Okay, so then you can close that out. I'll go ahead and delete those two. Those were just two that I generated for the video. So I open up this compliance report. I had previously uploaded some data on the 5th of this month for some wells that were out of compliance for the month of February. So what I did was I ran through the date and time column first to make sure I didn't have any readings. And there was probably about 10 of them, but any readings left in the date and column for the 5th of March, and I removed those. Next thing that I'll do is I'll go through each column right here and just make sure that nothing else is out of compliance that missed the coding in our program. Just a quick run through. I mean, obviously you want to make sure that your dates line up with the month that you're trying to upload compliance for. I'll go through these one at a time. So this is where I was whenever I started the video. CO2 is generated normally, but or CO2 is our balance. So normally I'll just run through it to make sure nothing shows negative. I've seen that happen with our program where a guy gets too many numbers in and it ends up causing CO2 to go negative. So I'll just make a quick run through on that before I go to the next one. Obviously, oxygen and nitrogen are two big ones. You need to be paying attention to these. Specifically, stuff like this, you can't have this is generally not what we type in. I'm going to let it ride for right now, but generally you would have 0.01 for O2 and a 0.1 for nitrogen on stuff that's this clean. But yeah, I'll run through and just verify that there's no exceedances for oxygen and nitrogen real quick. Right here, this number right here is a little bit high, but it is still in compliance as of right now. That one too. This one is showing all air, Michael, if you watch this video. Real quick, just the reason why I removed those readings from the 5th, again, Republic does not allow any duplicate readings. We went through a big audit a couple of years ago because we had a lot of duplicate readings going on when we were renewables, and I just try to mitigate that as much as possible. This looks like a bad reading right here, so something we need to pay attention to. But this is still in compliance. This video is strictly just for getting compliance uploaded to the database. So, you know, this is getting pretty close. I think NSPS for nitrogen is 15%. So we want to watch numbers like that. So next thing you want to do is run through here and look at the static. This is out right here. 442 is out for static. You cannot have a 0.01. The minimum vacuum required on a well is 0.1. So that will flag. And just run up through here. I look at every single one of these real quick. I've kind of trained myself to do it. It'll take you some time to get to where you're able to look through every single number, but I've been doing this for a long time, so I can kind of go a little bit quicker. Main thing in the static columns is you don't want anything positive or under negative or above 0.1. This is your minimum compliance right here. Minimum amount of vacuum required on a well. There's another one right there, right here. Those will go out. We have one more day to update that stuff, so we should be fine. This one too. There's one. Minimum vacuum is negative 0.1. Okay. Temperature, I know you guys out of JDP have got a lot of high temps that you run. What I do for you guys whenever I'm running through this is just make sure nothing's crazy, nothing's more than 3 digits. I have seen guys put in 1,000, just accidentally typing in an extra number. I'll just run through these real quick. It's not too difficult. Obviously, the adjusted and the initial temp are the same, so you don't really have to worry about that a whole lot. This isn't any good right here. Yeah, we should be getting a temperature on this and a flow. So, Ben, we may need to have a chat about that. We should have some numbers in there instead of zeros. Not a huge deal. I'm assuming you guys have probably always done it that way, but it is a thing. It is a big thing to Republic. So these are out for SOP compliance. Nothing under 5 SCFM is if you have wells under 5 flowing under 5 SCFM, they are out of SOP. Or they are an exceedance to the SOP. Once again, though, I'll just run through these and make sure that nothing's crazy. You know, no 1,000 flows or anything like that, just to verify that everything's good to go. Looks like most of these were no change. Stuff like this right here. This is out for the SOP. Minimum number is 5. Again, that we just need to make sure we're paying attention to stuff like that. Y'all may have reasons for those that I just don't know about. And then you'll want to run through your vacuum column just to make sure that everything looks good there. Usually don't have any problems out of this column, but it has been known to happen before. Guys put a temperature in instead of a vacuum number, and they get 3 digits for supply. So you see a supply over 101 that was supposed to go in for temp. You just want to pay attention to stuff like that. Right here, like that will flag. We can correct that in the database. I'll show you how to do it. So I'm just going to upload it the way that it is. and then we'll make sure to get some rereads on that stuff. Generally, you don't want to change anything on this. You want to be Republic requires you to upload the data as is, and then any changes that need to be made in the database. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to save it now that I've gone through everything. Close it out. Republic does require files to be encrypted. So what I'll do right here is I just go to properties, encrypt contents, click OK, click apply, and then OK. All right, so now we're going to go to SCSE tools. Okay. And then I'm going to go make sure you have Jeff Davis up here, and then you go to upload. So first thing that I'm going to do is click browse, and then I'm going to pick that file that I just did on my desktop. Make sure that you select the encrypted one. Okay. And then I'm going to upload that. So you just click upload. Okay, so it found 2 errors. Nothing too bad. I've seen a lot worse. So we're going to acknowledge it. Let it do its thing. So obviously, this is a lot of wells. It can take some time to upload a file this big. And then I'm going to show you. All right, there we go. So weather information. I'll have to go through and get past weather for all these dates right here. That's going to take me some time. But what you would want to do, we just had that pop up for errors. You would go in here and then go to file errors, and then over here you would see 2 buttons after you click that tab. It would be save and cancel, I think, are the 2. And you would make your changes down here to your errors and then click save, and then you would have a red or a green or a yellow button right here. So what you would do is, if the file errors that get corrected are good, like within the range, it'll actually say it right here what your range is. They will go yellow, and then you save it, they go green. They'll start off red. So this is going to take me some time to get the weather information in, but that is all. That's all you got to do to upload compliance to the SCS database.